I want to ask you, the public, you watching, I want to ask Wesley, and I want to ask Mary, is this cringe? Because the internet can't seem to make up their mind.
Yes.
Let's watch this video of these young Western women dancing their hearts out and having a good time, because the internet can't decide whether this is cringe, cute, or the end of America as we know it.
Yes, for those listening, this is a group of what looks like college sorority girls at a gas station in Louisiana wearing interesting get-ups and dancing in a line dance.
Here it is. We'll probably gonna get copyright.
They're going to join in with the ladies.
Is Satan on his way back right now?
This is the root of all evil.
Wesley, is it the end of the world?
It's not.
Is it not?
They're all holding Stanley Cups, by the way.
That
I
is
don't know
annoying.
why, but they
That
are
is
all
annoying.
holding Stanley Cups. I believe someone said this was a Mardi Gras related celebration. They're
I
in
see
Louisiana.
beads.
That makes sense. They're wearing beads. They have these like tassels all like glued to their jeans. So I just picture them doing a whole craft night at the sorority house, hand gluing on the tassels on their jeans. They all look like they're having the time of their life. They're also frat guys. I assume this was like a frat sorority collaborative event that for some reason happened at a gas station. Every time that someone commented, why are they at a gas station? Someone just replied, it's Louisiana. And I guess that explanation was supposed to suffice. I don't know. It's not a Buc-ee's. It's just a random mini mart that they just decided they own it now.
Well, then it must not be Louisiana.
Yeah, Gordon Shumway sent $20. Congratulations, woke feminism. Not only are men beginning to infiltrate your sports and safe spaces, now they're doing horrific crimes as your gender. This is just one step closer to the logical conclusion.
I just couldn't believe how many people were talking about this. Like this was the sign of the end of the Western world, as if sororities haven't been around forever doing their own thing.
The caption here is, Western women are so obnoxious.
They're in college.
There's dozens of videos worse than this every day.
Yeah.
Someone replied, I just called my daughter and told her to throw out her Stanley or I'm stopping payment on her college tuition check.
Look, they're young women that are partying. People do that.
I feel like the overwhelming response was like, they're just having fun. Like, it's not the worst thing in the world.
No, it's not.
Maybe you wouldn't enjoy this because you're not a 20-year-old girl, but this is what they do.
When I saw this, I said the only thing that I would find annoying is like I imagine the same woman in 10 years will be saying, let me speak to your manager, and then being very, very annoying with some poor clerk somewhere at Target or at a store.
But also predicted this is a future Harvard girl boss or what have you. And I disagree. I think that if you look at all of these young, pretty, blonde girls who are living in the South in sorority houses, they're probably more Republican than not, and they're likely to get married in their mid-20s.
They're Republican. I think they're apolitical and they don't give a crap about politics.
And that's
You just
actually a
described
good
most
thing.
Republicans.
Yes.
That's actually a good thing, because if they're Republican girls, they do not care about politics. That's a good thing. They just inherited the politics of their dads. But the likelihood is these are going to be the rich stay-at-home moms that live in the South. And their husbands were business majors.
I think at least half of these women still end up working in some type of marketing job or middle management in not the DEI department, but your human resources department.
Unless this video follows them forever.
Yes.
And they never get hired because they danced at a gas station.
But what it speaks to me is just how much on a hair trigger people are these days about what's going on in the culture, and everything is a reason to spell doom and gloom.
There was definitely an overreaction saying that this is the root of all evil. This is showcasing the downfall of Western civilization. Yeah. Also people talking about like, this is why passport bros exist. This is like when they see sorority girls line dancing at a gas station, that's what convinces them to fly to the Philippines to find a wife.
I don't see these women as necessarily all stay-at-home moms. I see a lot of them as working in some office job that they're going to be the laptop class to me.
No, they're the ones who start boutiques and jewelry stores while their husbands have actual jobs.
Well, we need more of that in the culture. But
they are literally that girl.
And I
love that for them.
But it's not just that. I also see that there's probably a fair amount of vapid influencers in there. But again, not the end of the world and not a sign of the end times.
$20 from Cleaver. I wanted to thank Mary for yesterday's info about birth control. Didn't know interests shift that much. Always confused me because I see so many girly dudes with girls I like and think how.
I would imagine there's probably more to it than just that. I think the cultural shift in what's perceived. Well, we're going to do a whole topic about baby chic.
Baby girl energy.
Baby girl energy that's supposed to emasculate men and tell you that as a guy, what you should do is dress like an absolute loser so that women will find you attractive. That plays a huge role in it too.
Yeah,
Like
I mean, it's a whole combination of social contagion, but birth control, hormonal birth control controlling women's brains is definitely part of it.
I still think you look at this video and I still think that there's a strong concentration of SSRIs in there and antidepressants. I don't think that these...
They look happy.
Yes, well... Everyone looks happy in the moment.
Brett, I don't think you understand. These are the girls who definitely didn't go, get prescribed SSRIs when they were in high school. They were very socially normal. They've been socialized well. They're well adjusted. They come from upper middle class families. They are not going to leave college with debt. And they're very happy. And not just in the moment, but in general. They have tons of friends. And I love that for them.
Still on antidepressants.
It's just not, that's not the profile that we're talking about here.
I do enjoy that.
The Gen Zers who think they're all trans, those are who you're talking about.
No, I think there's just as many people that are going to work with their Stanley Cups with their pulled back blonde hair at their office jobs that are also on antidepressants. I don't think that the only profile for antidepressants or being depressed in America is just that side of it. I think that there's a lot of feeling unfulfilled from people these days that have been medicalized far before that. And I don't think that conservative families are immune to that because a lot of them, until just a couple of years ago, put a lot of faith in the medical industrial complex. So they've been on it since teen years, whether it's kids that were depressed and were cutting, kids that were depressed and beyond socialization. Like, just because you're in a video like this.
For these girls, it seems like because they're all copy pastes of each other, they've always been good at fitting in socially.
And for stuff like this, also the fact that they're recording it plays a role in it too. It's very clearly something for some type of social media post, which makes sense. But
sororities always promote themselves on social media to get recruits. But I have bigger problems with, college culture and sorority and frat culture in general because it has like a kind of cult-like aspect to it.
Oh, yeah.
And you hear about a lot of the degeneracy and debauchery that goes down, the weird extreme psychological torture hazing rituals that sorority girls put each other through. That's to say nothing of like what the frats get up to.
Yeah.
There's definitely something sinister about that, but just this video alone, I can't say that I saw the same like societal collapse.
I reversed my position. It's Satanism.
An interesting idea is not whether any of that is true. It's that something like this is perfect for the idea that we all tell on ourselves. So however you interpret this says more about our individual views than...
Thank you.
Does that make sense? Like, watch a video like this with no context beyond just people singing and dancing, right? What this will tell you is it will tell you more about the person's opinions about it than it will about the people in it themselves.
Do you see how quickly that influenced us?
Yeah. We literally turned into sorority girls in that moment.
But it's not just this video. They were also losing their mind about this one, about some dad who just wanted to sing Taylor Swift songs with his daughters.
Yeah, let's take a look at this.
How dare he?
I love him. He's wearing a Team Jacob shirt.
This is Chris.
There you have it.
He's wearing a Team Jacob shirt. I assume that's because Taylor Swift used to date Taylor Lautner. But those girls look to be about like 9 years old.
Yeah, he's a dad.
He should be there. This is a good thing.
There's this great channel on Instagram. It's called like Dad. It's like Dad. I don't remember what it is, but it's this dad who just goes above and beyond. And what he did is his daughter's like, can you make my head like one of those Hot Power Wheels Jeeps? So can you make this like a real Jeep? And he just takes the whole thing apart, puts in electronics, gives it lights and everything, and it must have taken weeks to do this. Takes the whole thing apart, and it's just a dad going above and beyond for his kids, and that's something I would like to see more content of, not less.
I actually saw a Swiftie post the other day saying that a dad with a 9-year-old girl came into the concert, came up to these girls who were in their early 20s and was like, look after my 9-year-old daughter for me while I leave and go sleep in the car during the concert. Like, that's the opposite of girl dad behavior. Have you heard of girl dads?
Yes, I don't like that. I don't like boy mom or girl dad.
I don't either. I think it's totally unnecessary to call yourself a girl dad or a boy dad or a boy mom or whatever. You're just a dad, you're a mom.
It's just further dividing people.
But what it's meant to refer to is this type of guy who, you know, goes above and beyond to show that he has, you know, he's willing to engage with what his daughter is interested in. And that's wholesome and cute.
Yep. And
even though I have plenty of qualms with Taylor Swift, that has nothing to do with this dad.
Yep. I see stuff like this, and I really do think that the more we talk about these things, and it doesn't, we are not immune to this, that a lot of times when you watch a video which has minimal context, you know, it's not like we're analyzing something they said and trying to discern meaning. We're watching random actions from strangers, and what you say about it will say every bit as much about who you are, who I am, than it will about the people involved.
Someone replied, I bet those girls were jealous at the lack of a line to the men's bathroom. That's a hidden perk of being a man at a Taylor Swift concert.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.